Hey everybody, Spot of Nerd here with something unusual for the first time that I knew eventually I was gonna have to do something like this, but it's now become, quote, allegedly a fact. So I'm gonna be using a lot of words that aren't true, if you get my drift, because apparently, allegedly, YouTube doesn't like when people speak truths or opinions or facts of certain situations. So the way I kind of figured we would tackle this is, and by the way, if you want to see the real version, the true, factual, data backed up, etc., so on and so forth episode, go check it out on Rumble or listen to it on Spotify. It's episode 153, where I talk about the recent town hall that President Trump did with CNN. Now, right after that video, YouTube decided to give me one of their warning, strike, deal, whatever the fuck you call it, because they consider it misleading and misinformation or hate speech or whatever you want to call it, everything in between. And I looked at the video again and I'm like, oh, that's right. You don't like when the facts are provided. Damn, yeah. So I figured what we would do is we would just do it again, but this time I'm not going to say anything other than a story. And that way, I figured I can still get the message across because it's just a story. It's just a fictitious, I can't even say the word, fictitious story. So it's not real. So it didn't happen because it's all fiction. It's all imaginary. It's all in your mind. The Cliff Notes, let's just say there's this super great dude, right? So, like, let's just say you have a territory, and there's like 50 places you could visit, right? And we'll call them stars. So, like, when you put them together, they build this Megazord type thing. So, every few years, you have, like, all these like aliens that are there, they have this thing where they drop little leaflets into magical boxes, and like apparently at the end of it, they're all like they choose the next Jedi, because Jedis are fucking awesome. So back just a few years ago, after the hero, which we'll just call him Bump. He was really cool and amazing, and he revolutionized the world because everybody lived better lives in terms of paychecks and energy and everything in between, because he had this magical power that nobody else did. And that magical power was really just kind of telling the truth about things and stuff. So, but then there was the evil Darth, we'll call him ID-10T. And through all their witchcraft and their mischievous craziness, they were able to kind of, remember in Infinity War with the MCU, they were able to go into different dimensions, and they were able to take the reality stone and change things to where they were able to basically move forward in a direction that was not reality. So, yeah. And then this town hall comes up with this Slumpy and ID-10T side. And Slumpy, I changed it from Bump to Slumpy. Just completely annihilated these evil doers. And once again, the Jedi saved the day, and they were the good guys, and everybody cheered and rah, rah, rah. And of course, the other side, the evil ID10Ts, you know, they just can't seem to move past anything at all, except for their own hatred and their own discrimination towards people that go against the Jedi way, shall we say. So that's the basis of it. So I'm curious if this will result in yet another strike or warning or whatever it is from YouTube, because again, I'm just telling a fictitious story about stuff that just isn't true, you know? Sorry, I have a little twitch in my eye for a moment. It must be like an eyelash or something. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little story, because again, if you want to see the real, more lengthy version of this incredible story, you should go check it out right now on Rumble, episode 153, because it's pretty cool. And maybe this is just gonna have to be how we do it right now on YouTube, because let's be real, the tech overlords are officially, they're hammering down, even on the smaller channels. If anything, like, I kind of am really excited about it. You can kind of hear it in my, you can hear it in my voice and my passion behind doing this, because I personally, and I'm not trying to put myself down here, but I'm just a very small channel on YouTube. Like, I've got less than 100, I've just got over 150 subscribers, which I'm very grateful and thankful for everybody that sticks around. I encourage you to keep going if you would be ever so grateful, subscribe, etc. But I didn't think I drew that much attention. So that tells me that I'm drawing attention, which is really cool if you think about it. It's really fucking great, because people are starting to take notice. And it's fucking amazing in my eyes. Like, I mean, I always look at I've talked about, you should go watch Louder with Crowder, Steven Crowder. He does his show. He's been demonetized. He's been, everything has been slapped against him. And at this point, even he's like, if you get kicked off YouTube, you get kicked off YouTube. Because the bottom line is, there are now officially alternatives out there, like Rumble. I would even put Spotify in that category, because again, thankfully right now, touch wood, it's still up. My episode 53, the real version, is still up. So it's one of those where, like, I mean, sure, it kind of sucks, but at the same time, I'm like, well, I mean, really, if that's how it's gonna be, there really are so many more alternatives out there. Truth Social, I mean, even Instagram at this point with the shit that I post. I mean, if I had $1 for every time I got a misinformation or one of those fucking fact check bullshit warnings that only came about when the truth started coming out, I would be a millionaire the amount of times. And the bottom line is, I'm not going to stop doing it. I will always do it respectfully. I will always do it factually. I will always do it with truth. I always will look into what I am posting, as far as I look at the data, I look at the resource, who it's from, so on and so forth. I will also, and I can verify this, you can go back to any video, any podcast. I will never be disrespectful. I will always hear out the other side. But at the same time, I've come to a point in my life, and I know this is a huge broken record moment for me, Spot of Nerd, etc. I will not be quiet anymore. My entire life, it has been death threat after death threat. It has been violent comments, discrimination, hatred, bigotry towards me because of opinions. We're not even talking the facts of the truth. Just because I have an opinion. Also faith, Christianity. Yes, I might not be the person that is very, like a huge Christian, but the bottom line is I do believe in a higher power. So it's just one of those things now where if you don't like it, it's really simple to just look the other way. It's not rocket science, and this is what boggles my mind with today's world, with today's society. I've said this a bazillion times. If you don't like something, you don't have to watch it. You don't have to support it. You can go the other way. it's really not that fucking hard. And anybody that's like, you know, well, the silence is violence. Well, the violence is silence. And the silence is... It's like... Whatever happened to just going about your own life, doing your own thing, and basically trying to succeed in your own world? Because the only thing that is gonna stop you in today's world is you staring right back in the mirror. Everybody that bitches and moans that has the iPhone, their $1,700 MacBook, or their PC they built from scratch, they have their electric vehicle, their Tesla, they spent $80,000 on, and then, oh, woe is me, everything, blah, shut the fuck up. Obviously, I know I'm a hypocrite in that level as well, but again, there's just, I think there's a very big, huge line between reality and just straight up ignorance, I guess is probably the best word I can put there. So I just wanted to put this little video together because, again, I was taken aback at first when I got the warning or whatever it was from YouTube, but now I'm seeing it as a success. I really am seeing it as a win, because holy shit, this means that I am actually making that difference. I am making a positive, inspirational difference that is changing people's lives, that is making people realize they want nothing more than to control you. And you know what I'm talking about. If they can't control you, it drives them nuts. And this is somebody right here that will not be controlled. I will always be respectful. I will always be kind. I will never ever promote violence of any kind. But I will not be quiet. We live in America. That First Amendment gives you the freedom of speech. Hopefully you use it in the right way. Let's be real, there are a lot of douchebags on both sides. But the bottom line is, the content that I give you, that Spot of Nerd provides, number 1 is fucking amazing. Number 2 is factual and truth. And number 3, starting to make some headway. And I fucking love every bit of it. So, thank you. If you've gotten this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for, if you're listening right now on Spotify or any other podcasts, bibbidi bobbidi boops. And we will see you next time with a real new episode, depending on how this one goes. But let's be real, we're just gonna continue normally after this. I just figured I would get this out there because I'm gonna go play. That's right, the Tears of the Kingdom, which I just picked up tonight, which is crazy experience, but it is pretty badass. So not gonna get any sleep tonight because I'm gonna be playing this shit. Hopefully you are too, because this is truly one of the best. Just fucking Nintendo kicks ass in so many ways with Zelda. So with all that said, thank you all so much for watching. Like, follow, subscribe, share, all the stuff that gets me more fact checks, I guess. And we will talk to you guys next time. Later, y'all.